Welcome to another amazing sit down right here on Unlock Your Soul with yours truly, Anto Neosoul. It's a space where we get to scratch beneath the surface and find out what really makes us human. If you wonder why I just did that, I'm doing that because let me tell you, I've just done some impromptu exercises. If you've ever heard of a sport called fencing, probably for some of you, it's when you're being chased by a dog when you're coming home from school and you jumped over a fence. Or probably some of you, it's when you're running away from, you're running away from homes and you're just trying to go and turn up or whatever, so you jump the fence. Or probably from school. But fencing is actually an internationally acclaimed sport that literally has no roots in Kenya. But one young man from the slums of Mathare in those sides of Huruma is doing the absolute unexpected by introducing fencing to Kenya and bringing so much pride to himself, but also to a sport that he loves. We get to understand from this man who has got so many names. He's called Faruq Brown. He's called Isaac Wanyoike. He's called Mboro. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Faruq. So, what is your name? Because I just realized you have so many names.
You've called me by all my names.
But so where does Faruq come from? Where does Brown come from?
Faruq comes from, Faruq means a person who knows to distinguish right from wrong.
Okay.
So Faruq, I gave my name myself Faruq in this time when I was in crime back then.
Yeah.
The moment I literally was about to leave this world, So I decided the moment that I've realized that this is wrong and I need actually to change from wrong and doing right, that's the moment that I realized I need to do something great. So that's the time I called my name Faruq.
Okay, so Faruq, where were you born before we get into your life in crime? I mean, where were you born and when and how was life growing up?
My mom told me I was born in Kiambu Hospital, and I was brought up in Kiamaiko, somewhere in Mathare, being raised up in Huruma, Mathare North, Kariobangi, all like the Mathare constituency. So I've been raised and born there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
your mom told you you were born in Kiambu Hospital.
Yes.
Your dad, what did he tell you? Because it's like they both of them have two stories.
Nah. The mothers are the one who actually tells you the story of you're born this. So my dad was
it's funny because even my mom and my dad, my mom said that she she gave birth to me on 9th of November. My dad insists it's 11th of November. So mom is like, excuse me, I'm the one who pushed this nigga out. What do you mean, you know? I'm the one who was in pain. So anyway, moms are always right, is what I'm trying to say. But you didn't grow up in an easy life. For you to end up in crime, I mean, how did that happen? For you to be like, when msewa ku nyonga watu Mathare, how did that
happen? Being raised in an environment whereby crime was literally high, So growing up there, you find my mom was a likable person. So you find that young guys, those who actually in crime, they used to like her, and they liked her, and they were like, oh, we need to take rounds with your boy. I was a little chubby boy, brown.
Yeah.
So people loved me. So they would walk around me, and I used to hang around with them. So where they go in their house, maybe going for lunch, and that's where now the life of crime started. Even if I wasn't actually doing it, but growing up around them and realizing guns, how to hold them. They showed me how to clean them and so forth and so forth. I can say I was being groomed in it, but I didn't know actually I was being groomed until now, being a teenager now, from actually 9 years of age. That's the time that I started now moving around with them, taking rounds and so forth. And it reached a point whereby now it was time. And Faruq, or sorry, Mburu. You used to call me Mboro. A lot of people call me Mboro. So Mboro, you can carry for this, and we can go somewhere here and there. I used to now carry guns for them. So they going for the robberies and stuff, and back and forth, until there's that time I was initiated. Now you can be now in our crew because they were bigger guys than me. Yeah. So that's how it all started, and now I found myself deep into crime. And funny enough, my mom never realized until Some time back, I told her, no, this time I was about to be shot. And I've seen my friends actually die in the line of, they say duty, but it's not duty, line of crime.
Yeah.
So during that time, I was actually, before that, I was actually shot on the leg and some on my rib, but just a grease on it. So during that time, I was just like, nah, I can't go on with this life because it's high time I realized that actually crime doesn't pay. And I knew in that moment I was about to die.
Yeah.
So, you know, and during that time, it was, I think, 12 at night, whereby I met some police. They actually call them the killer cops, somewhere in Kiamaiko. You know, they saw me and before like 12, and they saw me with the guys hanging around, and they were just like, you know, that face of, who are you? We've never seen you. You know, I used to hang around with them, but not like showing off, because I didn't want to be loud enough into that crime and life stuff. So I met them at 12 midnight when I was going home, and they were just like, who are you? We've never seen you. Like now in the Swahili language, you're nani? Una hang around na kina nani wale and that stuff. So that was the moment that the police actually raised the gun.
Wow.
Like in 3 meters, alikuwa like 3 meters away from me, and actually put the gun like straight up on my face, and they were just like, this is the time.
Yeah.
And I remember my adrenaline was up, was just talking without stopping, and it was just like missy mwizi nini and all that kind of stuff. And during that moment, I just had one shot, another one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and I was just like, cause my ears went in a silent.
Yeah.
You know, the moment you see in the movies, so my ears literally went like that, and I was just like, was I shot? And the police, to his surprise, in his face, he was just like the face, he's just like, I've not shoot this guy. And when I realized he hasn't shot me, as I was speaking to a lady, the moment the police just went like up and the people were running. So I saw the door was open. I literally ran, but I was facing him while I'm running in the room. So I just called mom, and it's not our house. So when I went, I just pushed the curtain a little bit slide aside. And when I looked at the police on his face, he was really surprised because he knew he had shot me. You know, he wasn't like twitching the arm, moving it on the side, and so forth. So when I just put the curtain on the side, he shook his head, and he was just like, to my understanding and to what I saw, he was surprised that he hasn't shot me. And on my side, it was just like, that's God, because he wanted to kill me. Because he was telling me, if you don't sleep, if you don't lie down, I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
And that's what the last time I was just like, I don't want to do anything in crime. Because and the first thing, I've never actually robbed people in where I was born. You understand? And
you drove people away from where you were born.
Yeah. You know?
So that's like a good thing.
Like
guys, I never robbed my neighbors. I robbed other people. So I'm not it's a very small robber.
The talking from home is just like the Swahili word don't piss where, like, don't shit where you sleep.
Yeah, don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, don't shit where you eat or sleep, you know. So I was actually doing that away, and but it was bad. And when I came to understand that crime was actually bad, is when now I saw my friends dying, and it reached a point where by me myself I was about to die. Yeah. So I just threw my hand and I said, now this is a turning point that I need to turn, and now fencing, and I've been
so I mean, from your life in crime, literally, and your life out of crime, there's something I realized when you're teaching me how to fence, and we'll show people how this is done once we're done.
Sure.
Is that you hold this, what do you call this blade?
Pistol grip.
Pistol grip. It has a pistol grip.
A pistol grip, but the whole weapon thing is blade.
So it's literally a pistol grip. Did you know that literally that's how the grip of the blade is like a pistol?
When I saw it, I didn't know the name, but when I saw it, it's like a gun, because the finger, the front finger is like right on the trigger. Yeah, so the index finger,
The
index finger is like right on the trigger.
Yeah.
The other ones, they follow, and the thumb is up. So even when you hold a gun, that's how you hold it.
So is there any similarity? Because I mean, the gun would have taken away your life.
Yes.
The blade in fencing saved your life.
Yes.
So how does that make you feel when you think about it?
when I think about that, I feel I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel poor sana. The fact that I found love in fencing, and it's something that changed me.
Yeah.
And it made me realize that you don't need to actually do something for you to be successful. You don't need to be in crime for you to be like successful.
Yeah.
So yeah, and what actually drove me into now being in mostly fencing, because I wanted to change the youth in the street, in Huruma, in Madare, like youths in the ghetto. Because I knew you being raised in a ghetto is actually, how can I say, very intense, because the life there is not the same as life outside, like where other people live. But in the ghetto, you meet, it's like for you to get in crime is easy. That's what I can say.
Because you have to survive. You find a way to survive.
You have to survive.
But I mean, we're glad that you picked a different sort of route for yourself. But now explain to us how you got into fencing. Because I mean, I'm trying to see the connection between someone from the ghetto and fencing it's not even coming. First, I've never seen any fencing show or feature on any local TV.
Yes.
I don't know any fencer who you probably looked up to. How did you end up in why would you pick one of the most expensive sports for someone who's living crime? Like, you should pick a very cheap sport like football, so you can just pick a ball and play, but not fencing.
What I can say is God had a reason putting me in that place.
Yeah.
And God had a reason why I was born in such a background. And God had a reason as to why he just put me in front of fencing. Because what I can say is, yes, the sport is expensive. And the moment I was introduced in fencing, I was
that's
introduced.
Who introduced you? How did you get introduced to it?
Yeah, I was introduced to it by a guy called Stephen Okalo. He's actually the person who introduced fencing in Kenya way back. So Stephen Okalo is actually the Secretary General of the Kenya Fencing Federation. There was this time I used to train. I'm this active guy, so I used to train in a center somewhere in Huruma.
Yeah.
And he just saw me and he was like, "Yeah, I hear you call Faruq. Faruq, you can really try a sport called fencing." And I was just like, "What's fencing?" I've never had that name. But the moment he showed me the swords, and I remember I saw
maybe you're like, this guy, I've just come from crime. This guy wants me to start jumping fences again, now to steal from the rich.
And then my mind was just like,
I just left crime and nataka sana nianze kuruka fence. What is this?
So when I saw the blade, I was just like, yeah, this is it. Because I used to see it in the movies and I was interested.
Yeah.
So the moment actually showed me, and I was just like, yes, I want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the moment I started the journey into fencing. He taught me for a while, and from that moment I've been training myself since the time I got the scholarship and I went abroad in South Africa in FIE Coaching Academy.
Yeah.
And I was certified as a master of fencing. Now I can coach everywhere internationally. So I came back, and that's the time that I started now Tsavora.
Yeah. What does fencing mean to you now that you've been able to experience, you've interacted with fencing, you are a master? What does it mean to you, your life, everything that you believe in? What does it mean to you now?
What I can say about fencing is a way of life for me. Fencing is a lifestyle for me. Fencing is a way, to my opinion, fencing is a way of me getting out of the hood.
Yeah.
And I need as well to see the youth getting out of the hood as well. And I need fencing to be a way of life for them.
Yeah.
So that's what I can say about fencing. And
and I know you're working with other younger people who are from, we'll call Victor later, but you're working with other people from the hood. Is there any transformation that you're seeing? They get to spend time doing something more meaningful. What does it mean for the kids who are from kids of the poor kids? What does it mean for them to fence?
Like what fencing means to them, to what they usually tell me is that they find love in it, they find peace in it, because it's a safe space where they come and relax their mind, where they train, and they just keep away from day-to-day like issues in the hood, so they come in that space, the training center, like we train from morning to 3, like relax. We don't train like literally
the whole time, but there's a lot of there's some mentorship,
talking to them, counseling, and actually telling them that I was in crime. So, a lot of boys and girls there into crime, into prostitution and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just giving them a sense of hope that don't let the environment that you actually define who you become.
Yeah.
And that's actually speaking from my experience. And I usually tell them, I was this person and I decided to change because it's a choice.
Yeah.
What you decide is what you decide in life and what you decide to do. So they really actually love it. And yes, that's what I can say.
I've seen you now representing Kenya. I've seen you with a crew, traveling out of Kenya and going to represent Kenya. How does it make you to fly the Kenyan flag, for something that you probably in your life probably had never heard of?
Never.
And you're here traveling outside of the country to represent Kenya in a sport that also very many other Kenyans have probably never heard of.
It's like I feel amazing. Like I feel fantastic. The fact that I can be able to raise the flag high representing Kenya, and I am the first ever fencing athlete to represent Kenya. Which was in 2022. That was the first time a Kenyan athlete.
Where?
In Cairo, Egypt. And this year I went to Italy. So, and next year, hopefully, inshallah, I'll be representing Kenya in the Olympic African qualifiers in Algeria and other championships as well.
Yeah.
So it's just moving on and ensuring that we inspire and motivate and empower.
When people see fencing, they see a dance, they see us just, it looks so, it's not easy, but it looks like it's just a dance. Like you guys are having fun. Is it easy? Does it require you to, like, for example, do a lot of, pre-exercises, like train in the gym, keep away from like turning up, going out. You have to keep your body just, ready. Is it an easy sport?
What I can say, it's easy if you're disciplined. But, trainings need determination. So you need to actually to be determined. You need to persevere because it's not like easy because you need to train hard. You need to be fit. So like any other sport or any other athlete, you need to actually have that discipline. You need to have that determination, that obsession in actually being a fencer. Because if you're not interested, being obsessed, it's hard for you because you're gonna come today, you're gonna come tomorrow, and just being that position for long, and you're just like, nah, I'm not doing it. But if you have that discipline, the obsession that I want to do this, like. All I can say is like maybe a boxer. The boxers find it fun when
it looks like a dance.
Yeah, it looks like a dance.
But it's many years of tripping that allows you to stay that
many years of ankle breaking or ankle.
And hurting your knee for you to be able to stay. But what are some of the challenges that come with fencing? From like even just a training perspective. You can't, like, especially in the hood, I've seen so many like social halls are not like equipped for these kind of things. I've seen like, cause I drive sometimes on Juja Road and I see there's a school. I don't know if it's a school, but there's a place right before the left turn to Isili. Right before on your right, if you're coming from Huruma Uko police station, from roundabout, Kariobangi, now coming up as if now you want to go to Mlango Kubwa.
Okay.
Before, there's a very dusty place where kids play football. And I remember even telling my cousin, can you believe that kids play football here? It feels so unfair. Like, how are they supposed to compete with anybody who has literally a mini stadium in some of these schools? So how do you practice? Where does the money come from? Is it expensive? Where do you get the outfits from? I'm sure they're not sourced locally, and if they are, they're probably not for every size.
Yeah.
I'm wearing one of your, would you call this a jacket?
Yeah.
It looks like a straight jacket for anyone who's in a mental hospital. But like, what are the challenges that you face to make this sport even happen?
The challenge that we actually face, because I'm from Tsavora fencing. And,
what is Tsavora fencing? Is it your?
Yeah, Tsavora. Yeah, it's the brand that actually started a fencing club.
Yeah,
and it's under the Tsavora Group Limited Company. So the Tsavora Group companies owns Tsavora fencing, and what I can say is fencing is expensive, yes, and we face a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
In terms of now the facility, in terms of the equipment, in terms of having like a really good facility whereby we can be able now to train and say that we are training in the level of elites like in other European or American countries.
Yeah.
For them they have like the stadiums, they have like the gyms in it. But for us, we have like the program that we actually moving it forward. It's called Tsavora Fencing Mtaani program, whereby we bring these youths and actually bring them under one roof and give them now the opportunities in regards to actually we pay for their fees as well. And it doesn't come easy. So you've asked where do we actually fund or get funds?
Where do you even get the money from?
We actually get the funds from ourselves because we have programs in the international schools whereby we go and teach, and because we have like charged sessions, so when they pay, return it back to the community. You know, so that's how we fund the Mtaani program, getting the equipment as well, and we're getting support again from the Kenya fencing and ourselves as well in regards to the equipment wise. And the location is not that good. That's why we really like striving on hard and trying to get sponsors or partners who can be able now to partner and push on this program. Because when you come to a location, it's not that big, and fencing you need a bigger space. But what we say is what we have we'll use. You understand? As an athlete, you don't wait for you to have a bigger gym for you to train. You just utilize what you have for that moment. And I've met with the elite fencers abroad, and yes, they have the facilities and all that, but the opportunity came while I was prepared. I didn't say that I'm going to wait and so that I'm going to get a gym, get a strip, the equipment and everything for me to be able now to participate. Now I'm going to use what I have to actually be there, and that's what I'm actually putting in the heads and the minds of the athletes that we're actually coaching and mentoring, that you don't really need that for you to start. You need to start with what you have for that moment. And as you move on forward and gearing to that journey of actually getting a huge facility, a good one, you just need to start somewhere. I
was watching a biopic called Big George Freeman. You know George Freeman, the boxer? And you know, I mean, when he's getting like really, really good, and he's about to fight Muhammad Ali, you know, and one of the things that you learn when you are very good at what you do, when you have everything, his coach told him, boxers who live or who sleep in beds made of silk sheets do not box like a boxer who lives in a single room. It's not possible. A wolf at the top of the mountain does not have the same energy or gusto like a wolf at the bottom of the mountain. Because the wolf at the top of the mountain has nothing to lose. Of course. The one at the bottom has got everything to gain.
Everything to gain.
Everything to gain. So they will fight and they'll make it to the top. So the one at the top is just chilling. If you sleep in a bed full of silk sheets, you can't wake up at 6 a.m. to go to work. You've made it. You can't go to the gym. If you literally the silk sheets, the Egyptian thread, you know, the cotton, it will make comfortable. It will make you sleep. So you have to have this comfort for you to work on the comfort that you're working for. But that said, I'm gonna call Victor. Victor is a young man, one of the many young boys from the mtaa that you're training. How many are they? How many young kids do you work with?
I started with right now I have like 42. 42 young athletes. Yes.
Victor, mambo. Chukua. Victor, mambo.
Niko poa.
Umetoka mtaa gani?
Nimetoka mtaa ya Huruma.
Huruma. Wewe in your life uliwesikia kitu inaitwa fencing? Uliwaona kitu kama hii?
Hii nilijua tu juzi. Sikuwa najua.
Na venye alileta hii, amkuona kama ameletea uchawi kwa mtaa.
First of all,
Illuminati.
First of all, hatukuwa tumeunderstand sport. Jini new hapa Kenya. Sisi tulikuwa tumezoea boxing, hizo sports zenye tunazijua.
Wewe ni fan wa timu gani?
Mimi ni fan wa Man U.
What football team do you support? Oh, please. Clearly, ni watu wa Kuluz, watu wa Chelsea, we know them. So, Cage is like, hapana. Watu wa Chelsea, we know them. So, wewe kufanya hii fencing, unaona imechange life yako aje? Saizi ungekuwa kwa mtaa, kama saizi. Kwanza mmefunga shule, ungekuwa tu kwa mtaa saizi na maboys, mmechill, mnajuza kama mcheze gambo ama nini. Unafilaje ukifanya fencing?
Me first of all, me fencing imechange life yangu tu sana. Naweza sema tu hivyo. First of all, kasi fencing, sasa ningekuwa huko mtaa, like niko idling. So, me vile nilijoin fencing at least, ili ni keep busy. So naweza minimize time zangu, najua time ya training, najua time ya kudu my homework. Hizo vitu zingine.
So una manage time yako. Story yao sijui umeenda sijui kugamble, sijui unajua idol no end up in crime. Hakuna venye unaweza idol na utoke na kitu ya maana. It's not possible. Hata mwezi rajenga kiti jua mna hiyo time. So I'm going to go back to, so I hope one day nitakuona ukicheza Italy, Amen. Australia.
Amen.
Si ndio? Ukipiga wazungu. Unaonesha bro mimi nimetoka geto lakini ndakupiga. Takumaliza, si ndio? Inafaa hivyo. So thank you Victor. Usiende lakini Victor. So tell me, this equipment that Victor has on. It's not cheap. What you have and the jacket that I have, it's not cheap. So give us like a rundown of the expenses of what he's wearing so far.
Oh, in fencing, you need a blade, you need a glove, you need a mask, you need a jacket, you need a mask.
You need a microphone also.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You need a blade, shoes, socks, the bag, the fencing bag, the mask, the blades, because you can't have just one blade.
Yeah.
So when you run an estimate of everything, with the cost of customs and everything coming here and there,
yeah,
like 250 Gs.
Hasa kama hivi Victor hivi vile amevaa hivi.
250,000.
Victor ni binadamu na Uber inatembea.
Inatembea. Ni nduthi electric.
Na Uber inatembea. Because taki Victor saki uende, just stand there. So as we conclude, when we talk about fencing and you're looking for land, you're looking for an opportunity for these kids to be able to just be able to do more. You're basically looking at how you can leave a legacy and how you can make Kenya a fencing sort of fencing hub and home for Africa. What is your rallying call for anybody who's watching, who's listening, who would love to get to know more about this fencing? Maybe hana do ya ku spend, but anaweza lipia training. What should they do? How should they get in touch with you? And what do you need from Kenyans and the government to continue supporting you?
What I can actually say for our fellow Kenyans in just supporting us, what we really actually need from you and need support from you is just keep on supporting us in regards of if there's any company out there, if there's any individual out there who can be able to say I can support this initiative and support these the fencing club. They can actually reach us through Instagram, Tsavora Fencing.
And it's Tsavora TS.
Yes, Tsavora with the T. Tsavora Fencing. Fencing.
Yeah.
And our email is at tsavorafencing@gmail.com. And I can say for the corporates, we actually need them because for us to actually push on fencing as an expensive sport, we need actually people who can actually support.
You're planning an event?
Yes.
When is the event going to be?
The event is going to be on April 6th in 2024. It's actually the first ever fencing championship in Kenya. Hopefully we're going to have like musicians as well. We're going to have a jazz band, and it's going to happen at the Windsor Golf Hotel. And we just need to bring in more corporate vendors who need to come. And yes, if you wanna like register, you can actually drop us an email as well, and even a phone number if I can be able to share.
Share it.
So our number is 07 94 888 283. So if
0794
888 283. So if there's anyone who wants to join fencing, because I know a lot of people actually know fencing, and but finding it is really hard. So from next year we're going to have our fencing club at the Ngong Race Course. We're going to develop our facility there, and the same right now we're actually at the Windsor. So if there's anyone around Nairobi, Ridgeways, Muthaiga, you can be able actually to reach us there. And from next year henceforth we're going to now be at the Ngong Race Course. So we're going actually to give people a good service that they need in terms of fencing.
The taste of fencing.
The taste of fencing. Actually, Tsavora is actually the home of fencing. So you're all welcome at home. So yes, I can say thank you, Anto, for actually having me here. And it's a privilege and an honor actually to be here. And I really appreciate. And we're looking forward to actually having more corporates coming in, because we actually partnered with actually Radio Africa, Windsor, the Yellow Moon Marketing Agency, actually to spearhead the event. So we really need actually more supporters in doing this, because I know when we hold hands and be united, we can actually make a change. And what we want to do is actually make a change in regards to actually giving the youths as well, from where we come from, even other areas, because we're going to be developing and actually having other programs like the fencing mashinani, the fencing in national schools, and now we're having the fencing tani, the program that is ongoing. So any single person is welcome in actually supporting us.
Yeah, you only want single people.
No. Every any single person. So
everyone is welcome.
Everyone is welcome, I can say.
So
even you're welcome.
Single people, because I'm married.
So even you, Anto, you're welcome in supporting the youths, in supporting the hashtag Books and Blades. We're actually still having the program and actually supporting them in their books, going in the education sector, and actually in fencing, and mentoring them as well in financial literacy, trading, and so forth, coding, and like everything. So anything. Sorry, everyone is welcome, and appreciate.
So thank you so much for coming through. I'm gonna read your roomie. I always read a roomie code, and I always just like, see, I've just done it like that. That's gonna be yours. I never plan for anyone. But before you go, Victor, ebu gotea watu wenye unajua mko na watu wengine mabeshte wako offensive wenye wanakuja leo. Kwanza ugote wenye unapanga kuwanyorosha. Angalia hapa uambie ndio wanyorosha.
What's up guys? Yes. Viki, lakini nawaambiaje tupatane next year 2024 at Windsor Hotel Golf Club.
Yes.
On April the 6th.
Yes.
Anan, Mnayo, Davil, Braicho, nimewapangia na nawatrainia. Na pia wewe coach. Nimewapangia na mjue it will be a serious business.
Yes.
I love it. For everyone.
Yes.
You are welcome.
Yes.
Come and enjoy.
I love it. Thank you so much, Victor. So leo wasomea nasomea wadiarumi hapa, the interest without the capital. The lover's food is the love of the bread. No bread need be at hand. No one who is sincere in his love is a slave to existence. Lovers have nothing to do with existence. Lovers have the interest without the capital. Without wings, they fly around the world. Without hands, they carry the polo ball off the field. So usiwaisa how no one who is sincere in his love is a slave to existence. So kama unapenda fencing with all of your heart, you will never wake up and say, my God, I'm so tired, man. Say fencing uniudhi. Nope. As long as you love what you do, even when things are tough, Victor, even when life mtaani si rahisi, utokona mka ukijua, I love fencing. So it will make sense to me today. I'll go fence. I may not forget everything. Everything won't kila kitu nafanyika home itasahaulika. But at least for this one moment, I'm gonna fence. And this is the love of my life. So if you love something, you can't be a slave to it. Yeah.
It's been 9 years of fencing, man. Waking up, but you're training.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we keep on doing.
Una fence ukonjana ukidungwa na yo sword kwa tumbo.
That's where we came from, man. You need to wake up. Ukonja, you need to wake up and train. That's it.
Which reminds, by the way, before we end, I saw a video of yours recently. Ukiwa kwenye kumejaa maji kumeflat.
Kwa my moms, Yes, El Nino li chapa out very bad. So yeah, and what I said there is actually true. I'm gonna buy my mama a house very soon. So, yeah, it really hit me. It really hit vibaya. Nilisikia mbaya.
Yeah.
Imagining my mom is there and the water is actually like thighs, and I'm just like crazy.
Yeah.
So me and my dad naenda hapo kuwasaidia kutafuta njia ya maji ipite.
Yeah.
I really felt bad. So people were like, what walikuwa nadhani I'm just laughing, but deep down I'm just like, I'm living this like.
Is Mathare going to be the next Europe?
Yes.
Has the president planned, has Ruto planned for you guys to be the next Europe? Story for another day. That's all. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's Unlock Your Soul with yours truly, Anto Neosoul. Make sure you go check out Tsavora Fencing, which is Tsavora Fencing. Go see what they're all about. If you want to train, if it's just a passion of yours, if you'd like some private classes at home, in school, whatever you guys would like. Instead of bringing you're bringing, we know some of international schools, instead of bringing teachers all the way from the States, get this guy to come and train your kids and have a great time, and also keep your kids away from just being idle, Fence. Nothing wrong with fencing. Yeah. So that's it. Make sure you follow us on all our social media handles at Anto Neosoul. Also on TikTok, Instagram, and right here on YouTube at Unlock Your Soul Podcast. And make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button as far as this video is concerned. Keep unlocking your souls. Thank you for choosing Unlock Your Soul Podcast, where it helps you to grow and, of course, unlock your soul. I hope you learned something new, something bright, something great today, and that you can also share this podcast with each and every single person that you know. All you gotta do is review, like, and share this podcast on your favorite social media platform. Also, make sure you check us out on YouTube at Unlock Your Soul Podcast, on Instagram at Unlock Your Soul Pod, and on TikTok at Unlock Your Soul Podcast. It's time